today the mobile side of that, because Google has mobile AdWords as well. And they, it's nowhere near as saturated, the cost per click is nowhere near as high, and it's a great opportunity to really penetrate that market, as opposed to depending on the field that you're in. When you have things like insurance, keywords can be anywhere from $15 to $21 per click in the cost per click, those campaigns. So, but on the mobile side of things, you're looking at $1.50. So big difference, so depending on what niche you're in. And those are the kind of things. We're kind of talking about the differences between the two searches, because you do have the desktop search and you have mobile search as well, and they're not the same. They're not the same results. Okay. So again, my name is Jonnie Allan, and today we are going to talk about mobile marketing. Mobile marketing is actually kind of a misnomer. There's no such thing as mobile marketing. It's actually mobile-enabled marketing. Mobile by itself does not stand alone. It is being incorporated with your other marketing campaigns that you have. For instance, social media, that I know Mike knows a lot about, mobile and social media tie together really well. Okay, so it's something, it's incorporated with your flyers, it's incorporated with your direct mail pieces, it's included on your website. Anything that you have to do that you're using for marketing, you incorporate the mobile channel into it. So standing on its own, it won't really work by itself. It needs to be included with the rest. Okay, pardon my reach today, technology and everything. Just real quick, I am the mobile marketing guy. I am not the mobile phone guy. Okay, I don't know stats. I don't know which phone is best. I'm actually a Mac guy, so everything I have has to do with the Mac. So it's an iPhone is my choice, but there's some great Android phones out there. People are BlackBerry users, and the Windows Phone too. But just it's one of those things to clarify. I always do that with my clients, that if you have any questions regarding your mobile phones, I'm going to point you somewhere else, because that's not my thing. Okay. I am a former professional comic book artist. That's kind of come up in a few topics. Pam put out a cartoon that I had done of her out on Facebook. It was something I'd done for many years. I was a professional artist for close to a decade, and I became an independent publisher, where basically instead of going to the big guys, Marvel and DC and Image, I created my own title and became an independent publisher and put that out there. Where the marketing side of that comes from is I knew that I basically did not have the budget that the big boys did. So I needed to think of other ways to market my comic book and get it out there. And through different techniques that we were able to employ, using the internet, using email marketing, we were able to turn it into one of the top independent comics on the market. The industry turned to me and basically said, you obviously know what you're doing, can you teach us how to do that? Can you start writing articles for us in the Premier magazine? They had Wizard magazine, sitting on panels and holding workshops and teaching people how to market. Well, that in turn became to where other publishers came to me, started asking me about marketing, then businesses outside started asking me about marketing. And serendipity, if you will, just kind of stumbled into something I had no intention of getting into. A lot of people ask why I'm not still a professional comic book artist. Well, that industry is kind of up and down. I do love it, but because it's up and down, and being a husband and father, I kind of have to go for the income and not the if-come. Okay, so turning to this and helping businesses out, using things like what we were using before. We were helping them with their online marketing, we were helping them with pay-per-click, we were helping them with social media. And in 2008, the writing was on the wall that this is the direction that we were going. A lot of businesses really wanted to move towards the mobile side of things, but the technology really wasn't there and put in place. The browsers were very unsophisticated. They were what were known as WAP browsers. The data stream was very limited, and there was a limited amount of what you could do. Text message marketing really started to take off in about 2008. Other businesses had been using it. Radio stations were using it to send out messages. A lot of the radios that you have will get text messages, kind of let you know who's playing. And so they started their broadcasting, but it really never caught off until or took off until about 2008. And that's when we shifted our business model and really started focusing, on the mobile side of things, instead of just on the online, because that definitely is the direction we're going. You're going to see through all the different stats that we have how things are changing. Just real quick, that Facebook, there's some new, as Mike knows, there's some new changes coming to the Facebook pages and timeline being introduced on the pages. So I don't have that link for you just yet as far as what we're doing with our mobile page. But you can follow me on Twitter at Mobile Spot Guy, and I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Google Plus and Facebook. You can find me on Facebook. I have a new book that's coming out in May. The release date is May 15th, and it's called Brick and Mobile, and it's helping businesses navigate the landscape of the mobile world. So that'll be available in an ebook form and also in a hard copy form. You'll be able to get that on Amazon and download it off my website as well. What we're going to talk about today is we're going to go through some mobile marketing facts and stats, how consumers use their smartphones, and how it'll apply to your different businesses. Some example of an overview of the mobile marketing tools that are out there, mobile websites, text message marketing, location-based services, examples of mobile marketing techniques and the applications that you can use for local businesses, being a local business that you are, and then of course the applause and standing ovation. So, okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, this was laid out in the keynote, so I apologize if the slides are a little off. It was laid out in keynote, and we translated it to PowerPoint here. So, again, there's no such thing as mobile marketing. It's mobile-enabled marketing. There are approximately 6.8 billion people on the planet today. There are 4 billion of those people that actually own smartphones, or mobile phones, we should say, not necessarily smartphones, but mobile phones. Okay. What's staggering about that is only 1.3 billion own desktop computers. Okay, and all of our efforts and everything have been towards trying to reach people on the desktop computer and also through our websites, but things are changing, and they're changing radically, and you'll start seeing that. And I just kind of put in a little stat, there's only about 3.5 billion people that own toothbrushes. So there's more people that own mobile phones than they do their toothbrushes. So the growth rate of the iPhone was 10 times faster than that of AOL, and if you remember when AOL really started taking off, it was everywhere. And yet the iPhone is starting to grow. But amazingly enough, the iPhone is not although it seems like it's ubiquitous. Everywhere you turn, somebody has an iPhone, and I have one here, but that's not necessarily the leader in the market with smartphones. Okay. By 2013, the number one way that people will access the web will be on their mobile phones. And that's one of the things when we get into kind of showing the difference on mobile websites, it's important to understand it's no longer, there was a time where marketing was dictated by the marketer. Okay, that's no longer the case. Now it's up to the consumer. The consumer dictates how they want to be marketed to. Okay, it's with our society of ads everywhere and being bombarded with advertisements and solicitations, the consumer has started to tune things out, and they've decided to kind of pick and choose how they want to be marketed to. So when it comes to things like a website and having a mobile optimized site, it's not up to us how people access our website anymore. It's no longer up to us to say, well, you know, they can get to me with their computer. They're not necessarily going to be using their computer to get there. And if your site is not mobile optimized properly, you can end up losing a lot of business. And again, we'll get to that. Okay. Mobile coupons generate 10 times the redemption rate of traditional coupons. Kind of give an example of, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Awakenings Massage. This was one of the coupons that we actually ran for them. It was something that was generated via a QR code. And we'll get to QR codes if I'm sure you've seen them if you're not really familiar with what they are. But it was a way that basically people could, through this mobile coupon, they could bring this in on their phone, they could show that they could receive the discount. But only people who had this coupon shown on their phone received the discount off the massage. There's another way that we can set this up, and it's where it ties in with the social media, where it incorporates a like feature. In order to get the coupon, you actually have to like the Facebook page in order to get the coupon. And that can be done through the mobile phone and generated through a QR code as well. Google has seen mobile searches grow by more than 400% over the last year, and that's, again, expected to grow. Right now, there are 3 out of 5 searches are for local businesses right now. So basically, people that are using their cell phones right now, anybody who's out there and they're searching on the web, they're looking for mobile businesses. So the question is, are they going to find yours? This is one of those funny things where they actually do the studies that show that what are the 3 things that people take with them when they leave their home? They take their car keys, they take their wallet or purse, and they take their cell phone. People will not always, if they forget their wallet or cell phone, will not always go back, or wallet or purse, they go back and get it. They will go back and get their cell phone. People have been locked out of their house, but at least they have their cell phone and they can call somebody to get them in.
That happened to me.
They will always have their phone with them. So, and it's one of those things, and it's a thing to keep in mind when you're talking about marketing things for your business, because people always have their phones with them. They're with them at all times. And it's a way, if you can, use the different techniques that are available to you to reach people on their phones.
You know what I find is funny?
Look at the panic that's going on right here. Okay, it's just like, now, didn't check for the wallet.
You know what's so funny? One of my friends last week locked her keys in the car, but she had her cell phone, so she could call AAA.
You can do that, or you can have the cell
She
phones
just
that
got
have
out of
the
the
apps
car?
where they can actually unlock the car with their phone.
Oh, she needed that.
There you go. So you certainly don't want to lose your phone, and it justifies the panic. It's like, oh, the whole world was in there. What did we do with that before cell phones?
I don't know. There were.
I don't know. I've always
Some
had
of us
one.
are probably too guilty for looking at phones too much.
Yeah, it's just, it's terrible. When you look, it's so easy to send off if you're running late. You send a text message, let them know you're busy. What did we do before that?
You were
know,
just
it's
late.
You were just late and annoying.
Just don't be late, right?
Or call from a payphone.
There was less expectation.
That's true.
Yeah.
Less expectation.
We'll go through this slide again, but a little later on. This kind of talks about some of the different things that are available, and this is not a list of all the things that are available to you, but the top ones that you can use. Mobile websites. That's first and foremost right now because of the way that everything is shifting. Again, those stats showing that 3 out of 5 searches that are performed are for local businesses, and that by 2013 more people will access the web via their mobile phones than they will on desktop computers. So mobile websites are key. Short message service or text message marketing is what's that referred to. So multimedia message services, that's things like delivering videos, mobile coupons, voicemail, things like that, where you can actually send something out, a recording about, say like the S.M.A.R.T group, you could send something out and people can learn a little bit more about the S.M.A.R.T group through a multimedia message. Mobile display ads, these are things that if you use any apps on your phones, you'll see little banner ads that will sometimes come up, especially if it's a free app, you'll see little banner ads that will show up. Those are mobile display, and there's also another, iAds is something that Apple has rolled out with, and it's a way to actually show ads over people, basically superimposed over people's phones. And we'll get to one specific example that Campbell did and saw some terrific results.